I'd like to open the Township of Hamilton Committee meeting for the Monday, July 1st, 2024. Please stand for the flag salute.
Laws. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by publication in the Press of Atlantic City and Star Ledger on January the 6th, 2024. Mr. Cheek?
Here.
Mr. Laws?
Here.
Mr. Patali?
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Schenker?
Here. Can we have a moment of silence for private reflection? Thank you. We have no guest presentations, so we have a deletion to the late agenda item deletion. It would be 8A, motion to accept resignation of Carol Pickett Young from the Historic Preservation Commission, effective July 1st, 2024. We want to remove that from the agenda.
So moved.
Second. Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Early public comment on the agenda items, including items listed for public hearings.
We have no one signed up.
Excellent. Discussions. Formal action may be taken. The first discussion is A presentation by Patriot Equities regarding their intentions on Block 1135.01, Lot 10.01, 4501 Black Horse Pike, and this is better known as the Racetrack property.
Good evening, may it please the board. My name is Jack Clacton. I'm an attorney with Fox Rothschild with offices in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I represent the Patriot Equities. Just to give you a little background about Patriot Equities, and let me start by saying thank you for the time, and we really appreciate the opportunity to be here. But Patriot Equities is the contract purchaser of the Atlantic City Racecourse, and they're very excited. I just want to tell you a little about Patriot Equities. Patriot Equities is a private real estate firm with a specific focus on the acquisition, ownership, operation of corporate assets. Patriot's been involved in over 30 million square feet owned, operated, and development properties, and has a $2.2 billion market capitalization. They've dealt with over 50 corporations in the nation, serving over 400 tenants. And they looked at the Atlantic City Racetrack. We all know about the Atlantic City Racetrack. I've been involved with the Atlantic City Racetrack when I was a lot younger. One of the things I tried to do was get NASCAR racing approved there. I don't know if you all remember that. We had hearings for like 6 months, and unfortunately it's a great asset but very underutilized. And it's been there for since 1946, and over the years we all know it's had great live racing meets, but when casino gaming passed, kind of the demise of racing all over, and it's just sat there, and it's a classic redevelopment site. And that's what Patriot specializes in, looking at redevelopment sites and repurposing them to bring, I would say, community projects and things that are good for the economy. Two of the principals are here tonight, two of the partners, Eric Kohler and Alan Werther, they're the principals of Patriot. And all we're really doing tonight is, we're looking to sign an escrow agreement and explore different redevelopment possibilities for this site. What part of the escrow agreement and that we negotiated that's up for your consideration, the redevelopment attorney, Ms. Givens, we dealt with her. She's been extremely helpful, and also with your city solicitor. And essentially what we're doing is, the reason for the escrow agreement, so the public knows, is all of the planning, we're posting escrow so that the taxpayers don't pay for this redevelopment effort. It's being funded by Patriot Equities. And we're going to explore various possibilities for the track. And then once we get a plan in place, everything obviously will be done in public. We're trying to get interest in the property and talking to all types of national tenants to be able to utilize the property. So we're excited about it. And we, again, just thank everybody for everything that they've done. We feel very welcome in Hamilton Township, my clients do, and thank you so much. And we would just ask, if you think it's in the public interest, to approve the escrow agreement so we can get started on the redevelopment process.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So just so everybody's aware, this is the first step process. We have an interested party in the racetrack, which is always exciting. I've spoke to them, we've all spoke to them before, and I've let them know that this is the furthest I think anybody's ever gotten to, we've had a lot of proposals, but you're the first ones that have stepped forward and ready to put your money on the table and actively do something to not just improve the racetrack, but help to improve Hamilton Township. So I thank you for that. Does anybody in the committee have anything they want to ask? Statement? Nothing? Okay. So I guess the only other thing we need to do here is we have a resolution authorizing execution of an escrow agreement.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or concerns? Hearing none, Rita, can we do this by roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Patali?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Absolutely.
All yes and carried.
Okay, thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, B, discussion and presentation, or bond ordinance appropriating $2 million and authorizing the issuance of 1.904, 761 in bonds and notes, capital ordinance appropriating $400,000 from the Capital Improvement Fund for the 2024 capital program. So we have a little, Brett's put together this presentation. I'm sure it's going to be exciting and riveting.
All right, so this is the 2024 capital budget presentation. We did talk about this briefly during the introduction of the budget. Some of these slides are familiar. So in 2024, we set aside $400,000 in capital improvement funding to continue paying for municipal assets instead of borrowing. We call that pay-as-you-go. With these pay-as-you-go funds, we're going to purchase and outfit 3 police interceptor SUVs. This includes the car itself and all the upfitting, the lights, the computers, the cages, all the upfitting that's required to outfit the police cars. With pay-as-you-go money, we're also going to look into a second phase of the Leapy Track. This year, we're going to purchase scoreboards for the hockey courts out there, and we are going to begin designing phase 2. We're not 100% sure yet what we're going to build out there, but we know we need to upgrade the drainage, no matter what we build. So we're going to have Bob and his team go out and figure out what we need to do for Pinelands and all the regulatory agencies, and hopefully get a plan in place to do something in 2025. Pay-as-you-go money, we're going to install cameras at the Leapy Track, technology upgrades here at Town Hall and other municipal buildings throughout the town, and we are going to put surround sound at the Memorial Park. Capital plan. So this budget that we passed in March provides 5% of the required down payment for a $2 million capital ordinance. This capital ordinance is going to fund roadway and drainage improvements, improvements to municipal infrastructure and complexes. Like I said, we're going to further plan recreational expansion throughout the township. We're going to buy some public works equipment, and we have some emergency services equipment that we're going to purchase. So this year we plan on paving and improving $1.5 million worth of roadways and drainage improvements and sidewalks in the town. We're going to use $800,000 of capital money in this program. The balance is going to come from grants that we received last year. We got a DOT grant for Malaga Road for $245,000. We got another DOT grant for Babcock. We're going to put a bike lane out there for $92,000. And we did a presentation a few meetings back. We obtained a Safe Streets grant in the amount of $341,000 to improve Park Road and add sidewalks. We're going to set aside some money this year for HVA improvements here at Town Hall. There's some repairs needed to the boilers downstairs, and at the Public Works facility we're going to add central air. Right now there's no air conditioning at the Public Works facility, so we're going to look into adding that this year. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to invest in our recycling. We applied for a grant a couple years back. It's called the Recycling Partnership. The grant pays $15 for each recycling toter that we purchase through the program. Right now we estimate there to be about 9,000 of these toters out on the street that we'll have to put out. We go by the amount of trash cans that we have out, so it's about 9,000. With the increased capacity of the toters, other towns locally have seen an 8 to 18% increase in recycling, which amounts to a decrease in tipping fees or landfill fees that towns have to pay. Just to let everyone know, we spend about $1 million a year in tipping fees, so a decrease of even 8% would be significant for us. And I think this program will pay for itself in the next 4 to 5 years. Recently, Weymouth lost their tanker truck. It was from the 1980s. It was a tractor-trailer tanker. This program, this capital program, funds the purchase of a 4-man tanker truck for Weymouth Firehouse. It's going to provide 3,000 gallons of water. It's going to be a non-articulated unit, so it's going to be safer. It's going to be less to insure for us. And it also adds 2 extra seats for firefighters to respond to the emergencies. We're going to upfit another ambulance for the Township Hamilton Rescue Squad. This is going to include the purchase of a cabin chassis and the refurbishment of one of the existing boxes on a unit they have now. They remove it from the cabin chassis, they completely redo it, and they install it on the new frame. These take about a year and a half to receive. We're going to purchase a new street sweeper for Public Works. New DEP stormwater requirements require us to sweep every road in the town at least once. That's significant for a town this big. We don't have a street sweeper right now, so we'll be able to clean up after special events and service the township roads in Mays Landing after we have events like Hometown this past weekend and National Night Out, things like that. Right now we contract all that work out. It's rather significant in cost. We're going to purchase 2 Public Works vehicles with plows. These are going to replace existing trucks that we have. We're not adding anything to the fleet. So the process for the capital budget tonight, we're going to introduce. The public hearing will be July 15th. Adoption will be on July 15th as long as there's no amendments. And the funds become available 20 days after publication, so on or about August 5th we'll be able to order the fire truck, and police will be able to order their vehicles. We'll be able to execute the funds and get moving on this. Questions?
Yeah, who's that handsome guy on the left? Anybody have any questions? I think we're good, Brett.
Just, I don't really have a question, but the total cost?
Oh, the total cost for the capital bond ordinance?
Right.
is, it's basically the 5% down payment, it's 95,000 and change, 95,238.
Right, I just wanted to make sure
Yeah, so
because,
that's
that
the
was-
number that was built into our budget.
just to make sure that it was on the record
Yes.
for our conversation earlier. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So we don't have to do anything with this tonight. We'll do it.
We have to introduce
We have to do an introduction? Okay.
introduce both ordinances tonight.
All right. So introduction of bond ordinance 2077, 2024 bond ordinance providing for various 2024 capital improvements by and in the Township of Hamilton, in the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2 million therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,904,761 in bonds or notes to the finance part of the cost thereof.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Any questions, comments? Rita, can we do a roll call vote for this, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and introduce.
Number 2, introduction of the capital ordinance 2078, 2024, capital ordinance providing for various 2024 capital improvements by and in the Township of Hamilton, the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $400,000 therefore from the capital improvement fund to pay for the cost thereof.
So moved. Second.
A motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or comments?
Just a comment, Brett, the administrator has already said it, but on that page 3B, we just need to put the $95,239, which is the 5%. That's it.
Okay. All right.
It's already in the resolution, I just
Mhm.
wanted to
Yes.
clean it up.
Okay. Rita, can we do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and introduce the public hearing is set for July 15th.
Thank you. There are no public hearings or adoption of ordinances. There is another introduction of an ordinance, public hearing to be held on July 15th, 2024. Ordinance 2079, 2024, an ordinance amending the Chapter 282 of the Code of the Township of Hamilton regarding tree removal and tree cutting.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rita, could we do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Oh, yes, introduced.
Okay. Awards, bids, contracts, and change orders. Resolution authorizing the award of a contract to renew Spatial Data Logic licensing agreement with Spatial Data Logic Incorporated with the amount of $39,100 for the period of 8/31/24 to 8/30/2025.
So moved.
A motion, we have a second?
Second.
Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Rita, if we do a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and carried.
Consent agenda? We have items A through E. It's the shortest consent agenda we've had in a long time.
I'll move A through E.
We have a motion?
I'll second it.
We have a second. Are there any questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Number 8, personnel. B, resolution appointing regular member of the Industrial Commission to fill an unexpired 5-year term to expiring 12/31/26. We have an applicant. Douglas Yoon. What's your pleasure, committee?
So moved.
I'll second.
Douglas Hune. All right, yes.
Second, huh?
Yes.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Approvals. A, minutes, regular meeting minutes of June 17th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. B, bills. Bill list totaling $7,619,929.11.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
Second. Rita, can we do a roll call vote for that, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and carry.
Thank you. Reports. All right, guys, listen, I want to say one thing first off. Don't get used to sitting that way, because I don't like it, okay?
Yeah.
I understand it for tonight, but I'm looking at the back of your heads right now. Mr. Administrator, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, real quick. So South State mobilized, or they're beginning to mobilize up to the Lenape Dam. They plan on starting on July 10th with relocating the fish ladder. And they plan on working straight through the summer until the water restriction. Hopefully they can get the coffer dams in place and work through the winter. Their goal is to get the coffer dams on the lakeside and the riverside in. That way they can continue working through the winter.
That is the part of the schedule, getting the coffer dams in, right? Okay,
That's all I have.
thank you. Mr. Solicitor? Thank you. Mr. Engineer?
Nothing to report besides my report I sent to you guys. So if
Okay.
you have any questions on it, I'm here to answer.
Anybody have any questions for our engineer? No? Township Committee, Dr. Witherspoon.
Yes. Of course, I always have a report. First, I want to say that the Juneteenth celebration was very nice. And we had a very nice crowd. I want to say maybe 200 to 300 people attended that event, and it was very, very nice. On the 27th, I attended the Board of Elections regional meeting along with the mayor. They had a Republican and a Democrat, and we were both there. And it's nice to show that we can have different philosophical ideas, but work in a bipartisan way. And so we were both there, and I was there as well, talking about our lovely township. All right. And I went to the hometown celebration. That was very nice. The music this year was Bittersweet Duo. Whoa, they were very, very good. And everything was just well organized. And a lot of the historical society of Hamilton Township, Hamilton Historical Society was there, and the Rotary Club and the different ones. And got a chance to walk around and just chat a little bit with everybody. It was very, very nice. They even had portable toilets this year. You didn't have to run to the library to go to the bathroom. So I thought that was very nice. And today I went to Leafyfield and I met Kurt Clifford. He's an inspector from Mott and Watkins Associates. And I toured the facility, that's right on the tip of my tongue, what they just built.
Snack bar.
Yeah. Yeah. It was real nice just to see the bathrooms and all of that. I even went up the steps, and it's well built. The steps are still, and I looked at the kitchen, and it was just very, very nice to see. For so many years that there hasn't been anything out there, and to see something there this year, and I can't wait to go to a game. And I don't even have no grandsons playing this year, but I just want to go to the game just to see how the concession stand is going to go and where they're going to call the games right up from the second floor and all of that. It was just very, very nice. I was very, very happy, very pleased. The building was well put together. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure most of you have, but it was the first time that I seen it in this form. It's almost completed. Not quite, but before football season starts, it will be completed. So this is a wonderful thing for me and for the township. When my grandson started playing with the Knights, they were 10. And they graduated high school. And one of them's in college, working. And just to see 11 years later, something like this to go up for the field for the kids. Of course, it's for everybody, Mays Landing and Lakers, everybody's the soccer field, everybody's going to use it. But it's very, very nice. They don't have to use portable toilets. They don't have to take jugs and wash their hands. I was just very excited about that. So, and I just want to say there's a lot of projects going on in our township. You know, we have the Halloween spirit that's coming. And that's coming, and it's going to bring a lot of jobs here. And Avalon Carpet. I actually found out about that from a student from Atlantic County Special Services. And he said to me, his name is Daniel, Miss Thelma, did you know Avalon was coming? I said, no. But it's been a lot of information in the paper. And just to see businesses coming to Hamilton Township and redevelopment, I'm very happy about that. Because that helps the taxpayers and helps our tax base. And people are looking at Hamilton Township. They're not just going to EHT and Galloway. They're looking at Hamilton Township. And I'm very excited about that. That's my report.
Thank you. Committeeman Patali.
Yes, I went out to Leapy Field over the weekend also, and it's nice to see that built and getting close to being completed. When I first got into politics, that was my big thing was getting some stuff completed out there. So seeing that first phase almost done is very exciting for me. Of course, the dam. I didn't expect to see the work that got done today, but they're already ripping up the one face of that where all the otters live. They're ripping all that apart in front of the fish ladder, and I see the crane is getting staged out there. So, and I went by there at 5 o'clock this afternoon, and they were still out there working. So, that's it's exciting. It's a long time coming for me and everybody in town. I was on the dam committee since I think 2011, and it's a big deal for me. Back when the dam was broken back in the 70s, my mom was one of the ones that was up there yelling and screaming to try to get the dam fixed. So here I am, this many years later, doing the same thing. So very happy to see where we are. And that's hometown celebration. I was there briefly. Briefly, didn't make it back, but it was a beautiful day, and there was a lot of people there when I was there in the morning. So I was glad that's successful. And coming up, we have the wakeboard competition later in July. We have National Night Out. We have Night of Lights. August, I'm looking for somebody that might tell me, 17th, I think it is. 20th? Ah, look at 20th. You.
I'm probably wrong, but.
I'll let you know at the next meeting. So we got that coming up. Boat races on Lake Lenape, September 7th and 8th. So more things coming up in Mays Landing. And that's really all I have. So, Reagan, I'll see you later. Maddie, miss you, love you. Hope to see you soon.
A lot of good stuff coming. That's good. Committeeman Cheek.
I was also at the Juneteenth celebration. It was very nice and very hot that day, but it was very nice. Everyone here was at the hometown celebration this weekend, which was very, very nice. The music, Thelma, you're right, the music was astronomical. That was very nice. I have to thank the Merchants Association for putting that on. And for everyone, we have July 4th coming, our Independence Day, and God bless America, the best country in the world. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Committeeman Laws.
Yeah, hate to be redundant. However, we all were in the same spots this week. Boy, they could have gotten rid of all of us with one shot, right? So I did both Juneteenth events. There was one out in Mizpah. I know a lot of other committeemen went out there also. And the one in Gaskell Park. As I already stated, they were both great events. extremely hot. But the perseverance of the people who put those events on was tremendous. So they did a great job. Super proud of the job that, everybody did with Hometown Celebration. It was a really nice event. Like to see it more well attended. I think if we do a better job of, kind of promoting it next year, we could get more people out. I'm not exactly sure if it was just that it was so close to 4th of July. I'm not sure where it usually falls, if it falls this close to 4th of July in the past, but I noticed that it wasn't as many people attending it as usual. So next year we'll do a better job of marketing it. But it's a great event. The people that did come enjoyed themselves, children, adults alike. The music was great. But most of all, it was just great seeing people in the community. It was just great seeing everybody out there. And, committee amazes me every year, man, in these things, no matter what's going on. Especially this group. Hats off to you guys because, we're one cohesive unit when we go to those things. And, and the people in the community see that, that there's unity in our board here. So I'm very proud of that. I think that's all I have. Yeah, I did see the development going on out at Leapy. Excited about that, obviously, but we don't have to go with that. Just a great job, guys. Just an outstanding job out there. Pretty much that's all I have for this week.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to echo the Hometown Celebration was, again, they do a good job every year. I want to do a special shout out to John Kurtz because John is out there every year, and I don't know a harder working man. He just goes and goes and goes all morning and all afternoon. And a lot of people put a lot of effort, but John's been doing it for a long time, and I just want to send a special thank you to him. Also, the rest of the Merchants Association. Without them, this doesn't happen. So I think the Township Committee needs to try and help them a little more with their efforts next year, and we can make it as good as it can be. I did attend, like Thelma said, Dr. Witherspoon said, the Board of Election Officials. It was very nice. We got to talk to a bunch of people about our town. Sometimes you forget how nice it is here until you start talking about it. So it was we had people as far as Monmouth County, Ocean County, Cape May County. So they all came here to see and talk about the upcoming elections, which is, the job that those people do is, you don't really think about it too much, but without them, we don't have the process that we have to put people like myself and others up on a dais like this. So they're very much needed and very much appreciated. The Leapy concessions, the one thing I have to ask you, Bob, is do we have a date when we're going to be done, like grand opening, ribbon cutting?
So right now we're trying to finalize some test just got back. We have to get a pH neutralizer installed in there, and we're working on getting a new variable speed switch installed. That the one that's existing out there is not working.
Okay.
So that was unfortunate. It's not the contractor's fault. It just hasn't been working. So we're working on. We have the quote from Absecon Motors, and we're ready to get it plan to have it installed next week. If that happens, I would say within 2 weeks we should have everything wrapped up.
So by August?
I'm going to say by the end of the month we should have it, but yes. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Very good. That's all I have. I would like to open it up to the public. If anybody in the public has anything they'd like to say, we're all ears. Anyone?
Motion to close public. A second. Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. Where? Yes, come up to the mic.
Hi, I'm not sure if this is the right place to address this, but other residents told me to come on down.
Okay, can you just tell us your name and your address, and then you can say whatever you got to say.
My name is Tree Myro. I'm at 2083 Gale Avenue.
Okay.
And I just have some safety concerns with the holiday coming up and the overcrowding at the Weymouth Furnace.
Okay.
Well, it's starting to pick up again. The trespassing, the littering, the drunken public, the noise levels, disorderly conduct, traffic and parking. There was almost an accident last weekend because of pedestrians crossing over the bridge, parking on the sides of the streets where there is no parking. I was just wondering how the township was going to support the rangers and the township officers. Since last year it was also an issue, and we were told by both rangers and officers that there just aren't enough of them to deal with all of the people in the park.
Okay. Captain, is there anything we can do about this?
Coordinate with the rangers and get an idea what's going on out there. The no parking signs are posted, we can enforce. We want to make sure the residents are involved on this, as far as some
That's it.
Okay. Thank you. We can talk with the chief when he comes back to see if we can't do some. I know it's a problem area.
Be proactive.
Yeah. Anyone else from the public like to speak?
Oh, I'm not saying anything now. Somebody else can close.
Motion to close. Motion to close. Have a second, please. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thanks for coming.